Hello everyone, welcome back to the new video, and in this video we will talk about the Salesforce DX MCP server. We'll do a deep dive and we'll also see a demo on this. So previously I have created a quick overview of this Salesforce DX MCP server. So in this video we'll deep dive into it in detail. So let's get started. First of all, about the MCP server. What is MCP server? So, for your AI agents to connect to external systems, they need to make API calls. So, and for those API calls, they need to, like, with all the integration related things happening, like authorization, authentication. So, for a AI tool, it's very difficult. So, that is why this model context protocol was created, and with using the MCP as the implementation, companies can expose their MCP servers, and through which the AI agents can make tool calls or the calls to the external system. So if you want to know more about it in detail, so what I have done is I've created this playlist, get to know about artificial intelligence. Just go ahead and watch this video, stop writing code the hard way. Here I've explained the GitHub Copilot, and went. So here I've explained the GitHub Copilot and went into explaining about the MCP server in detail. So do watch this video. And now let me straight away jump to my VS Code. And this is my Salesforce project that I've created. Right. So first of all, there are two ways to set up the Salesforce MCP server. One way is going to the .vs code folder. If it's not created, just create it and create a mcp.json folder here. So if I open the mcp.json, I can see a server's node. Within it, I have the Salesforce MCP JSON structure, right? And it is running on npx, and the type is stdio. So the MCP server can be of two types. One is stdio and one is ssc, that is the server send events. So to run a MCP server locally, it will always use the stdio. Stdio means standard input output. So if you just want to enable this MCP server for this particular repo, then you need to add it in the .vs code folder, because this will run for this particular repo. But you want to enable this MCP server, Salesforce MCP server, for all the repos. So how would you do it? Just click Manage, Settings. You'll open the VS Code settings and type MCP, and you'll see this edit settings.json. Now just click this user. In the user, you will see this mcp.json file. So now you can see the mcp.json file, like which all MCP servers I have configured. So I've configured the Zomato MCP server, which I had already created a video about. I have configured the GitHub MCP server. This is through Docker. And finally, I have configured, this is I think the default provided by VS Code. So I can also configure the Salesforce MCP server here. So what in this file, if I configure, it will be just globally. So how to configure it? I just need to copy the JSON here, from here to, and I can paste it in the global file. Just below this. And this is how I can configure my Salesforce MCP server globally to run for any VS Code projects. Awesome. So now, first we will run the MCP server through the GitHub Copilot. So if you at the top, you'll see this toggle chat, and it will open this chat info. So this is the GitHub Copilot. How you can see if the Salesforce DX MCP server is configured or not. So just click here. So it will say that it will show you all the tool calls or the MCP servers that have been enabled with their tools. So as I mentioned, as I explained earlier, so the tool calls is just like the MCP server, just like what all functions the MCP server can call through the AI. So in the Salesforce MCP server, we have assign permission set. This is used to assign a permission set to one or more users. We have create Aura blueprint draft. So we can use this tool to generate a PRD from a Salesforce Aura component. So that is really good. This is create lightning type. This is create LWC jest tests. And we have some mobile related functions or tools. Tool call, get username. and we have a lot of MC tools. One important is the run sockle query. So what I can do is I can just type here, get me the last 100 accounts from my default SF org and order by created date. So let's see what it does. So firstly, it is running the get username Salesforce MCP server. Then it is using the query or, and it is able to query the last 100 accounts order by created date DESC. Awesome. So this is basically the Salesforce DX MCP server. Now let us go and let us use the Agentforce Vibes. So Agentforce Vibes is similar to GitHub Copilot, similar to Claude Code. So it provides a chat-like experience, and you can use this to create your components or improve the developer productivity, right? And if you are using the Agentforce Vibes, one good thing is you don't need to configure the Salesforce DX MCP server. It is configured by default. So how do you use it? Just click on the Agentforce Vibes. So you will have this toggle. If this is if you are installing it for the first time, this will be turned off. You need to turn it on. Once you turn it on, it will take some time to configure the Salesforce DX MCP server. And once it is configured, you can just use this to use this start you can start using this MCP server, right? So now let me go back to the Agentforce Vibes. So this is basically in VS Code. We can install the Salesforce DX MCP server or the Agentforce Vibes as part of the extension. So this is an extension. This is part of the Salesforce extension pack. So once you install the Salesforce extension pack, Agentforce Vibes is pre-installed. So now, if you have, let's say you have missed the AI bus, you want to know what is happening in the market, how to use AI. Just continue watching this video. So we will use Agentforce Vibe to complete a practical use case and deploy it to our Salesforce org. For that, what I can do is I'll go to this repo. So it has a lot of starter prompts for a person to get used to the Agentforce Vibes. So let's say that I want this opportunity validation rule. Okay, so I want a validation rule on opportunity that prevents saving when close date is less than today. What I'll do is earlier I had to go to my Salesforce or click on new opportunity validation and then write it manually. I'll just give it to Agentforce that add a validation rule on opportunity that prevents saving when the close date is less than today. So let's see what it does. It is creating a opportunity validation rule, and it is doing some proposed validations. Agentforce has a question: should I deploy the validation org to your default org, or just add it to the repo? Create and deploy to the org. I want it to deploy to my org as well. I will just sit and chill. I want the Agentforce to do everything. So it is creating a new file, and it is creating a new validation rule for the XML. And awesome. Let us verify if it is good. Looks good. Error condition is less than today. Let me click on save. So now we are just deploying this to our org, and it wants me to approve this. Let me click on approve. Approve. Let's see if it is able to deploy. Awesome. So the agent force was able to deploy the file successfully, and it says the task as completed, that the rule has been deployed successfully. Awesome. So now what we can do is I can also pick up a developer related task. For example, test data factory. I can pick it up. So it says that create a basic test data factory, and that can generate with sensible default values, include example test inputs. So let's see whether it is able to make it or not. Start a new task. So it has got me an output. So let's see what it is saying. It is just listing out what all things it is planning to do. Use my default target org to deploy this. So it is creating the test data factory now. Click on save. So it is generating the XML file for it. It is trying to deploy to the org. Completed, it was able to deploy to the org, and it ran the test classes as well, and it was able to succeed. So it is showing the same thing here. Now I'll just go to my playlist here. So I'd request everyone to get upskill in AI, because it is very important. AI is not going anywhere. AI will not replace software engineers. People using AI will. So I request everyone to get upskill, and hope you like this video. Do subscribe to my channel for more such videos in the future. Do follow this playlist as well for upcoming videos on